Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. I'm glad you're here. And over the course of the next few minutes, I know a few more folks will be showing up. So thank you for watching tonight. I appreciate that. Waiting for the other monitor to show me what's going on. Facebook looks different. It looks different than it did earlier today. I mean, I was working with it earlier today, trying to get everything set up. And now I'm looking at it, and it does not look the same. So I guess I'll follow along as well as I can. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching tonight. We have a couple of things to talk about. Anyway, glad you guys are along for the ride. I am waiting. I want to see if a couple of things I did translated into how I'm going to see things show up on my monitor right now. So we'll see. And Mike, that's one of them. Mike, I'm saying hi. I appreciate that. I know that I had a chance to friend you, quote unquote, friend you on Facebook, and I thought that would make a difference. I don't know. Maybe the whole Facebook change. I don't know what I'm going to see. It's anybody's guess. We're out there. Hi, how you doing? All right. Okay, let's see here. It was a sports day for me today, and I spent a lot of time researching different things for sports, trying to get my sports sites back and going. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. But I do want to say thank you to advertisers. Some of the businesses who advertise here on the site, man, we cannot do this without you. And I'm so thankful. Thankful to All Seasons Travel, and definitely Shelly and all the folks that are there at All Seasons. They do such a great job. They really do, for getting Jenna wherever she's been all over the country. We have used Shelly and the folks there, Debbie, all the folks that are there. They get her taken care of, and getting her around the country has been a blessing. So I just want to say thanks to Shelly and all the folks at All Seasons Travel. They really do a really good job. I'm getting some more comments showing up over here, which is really cool. I'm not seeing any more names. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, Paula, Linda, Diana, glad to see you guys on tonight. Brian, the big thumbs up to you as well. All Seasons Travel, as well as Bryan Agri Products, the Choctaw Nation Foster Care, which is a really cool thing. Nita, good evening to you as well. Firehouse Subs. That is some good food right there. Hausner's, Justice Insurance, Prices Printing, Taco Casa. Had a chance to visit with Tim White the other night. And usually I get to see him during the day. Got to see him. I'd stop by picking up some food there from Taco Mayo. I was talking about Taco Casa, but Taco Mayo as well. And I'm telling you what, he has a lot going on out there. I'm really, really thankful for all that he does. Taco Mayo, mentioned Taco Casa, Taco Mayo as well, and Van Meter Realty. Appreciate the folks there, as well as Country Framer. Hey, Mike and Alvina. And Wichita Mountain Prevention Network. So appreciate all the folks who are advertisers and sponsors on the site. Okay, I said a little bit shorter night tonight. I think so. I know that's like, the death knell to being a short night, but I really do. I do kind of think it is a bit of a short night. Was working on sports today, and I do a lot of small college coverage, do high school coverage as well, specifically for Oklahoma. We do some high school coverage for some of the other states that I have, and I have websites in a lot of states now, and then a couple of sites that oversee a bunch of states like MidwestSports.net, and I have the Southeast Sportsnet as well. And just doing some small college studying for all that's going on. Is anybody else ready for some football? Oh my goodness. Doing a lot of football study, trying to get all that together, and we will be taking the show on the road again this year. Will be season number 3 for Midwest Sports Saturday, and that is on the YouTube channel, Midwest Sportsnet's YouTube channel. I also wanted to say thank you, because some of the folks here who are watching on BCP Live did subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I have a couple of them, Midwest Sportsnet and Southeast Sportsnet, and we finally passed 400 subscribers for the Midwest Sportsnet YouTube channel. So thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to the channel. I would even, they always say on there, subscribe and hit that notifications button. I don't even care if you hit the notifications button or not. I would just really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. So I'm very thankful for all of you who have. And again, if you haven't, this is that shameless self-promotion, Midwest Sportsnet. and it has a little MW. I kind of think of that for McWilliams as well as Midwest. It has a little MW and a circle around it, so you know you're in the right place there. There are a couple other places that say Midwest Sports. It's not me. So if you look online on YouTube and you're looking for Midwest Sports Net, that's the entirety of the name, and it has a circle and an MW for Midwest. So there you go. Blue background. And that would just be incredibly cool. All right. Michelle's ready for some football. Nita, soccer, I actually do cover soccer. I really do. And I get to broadcast soccer twice a year, actually. I get to do the Great American Conference Championships, and those are a lot of fun. Doing play-by-play for soccer is interesting for me. I have found that I can do play-by-play for soccer well. I cannot do color for soccer very well. I can do color for a lot of other things, but color for soccer, just not that good. So anyway, but I do like it. And yes, Linda, the sooner the better. There's probably an OU Sooner joke in there too, but I don't know. Anyway, that brings me to what we were going to talk about tonight. Yes, I am absolutely ready for some football. I'm ready for some volleyball. And I was mentioning Midwest Sports Saturday, and we pretty much have it locked in right now that the first Midwest Sports Saturday show this year will be in Durant. But the thing about that is it'll be on September 5th, and there are no Great American Conference football games on September 5th. I'm not even sure there are any. There may be one or two, a few Division II football games around the country on September 5th. By the way, if you tune in for BCP Live and I'm talking sports, bear with me. I do that occasionally. But so we're going to do volleyball, and the brand new volleyball facilities at Southeastern, that's where we're going to be. That's going to be the site of the very first Midwest Sports Saturday broadcast this year in 2020. I'm excited about it, totally stoked about it. We'll be on the road at a lot of other places this year. We'll be in Arkansas. We'll be in Missouri. We're trying to get to Iowa, and I think that would be incredibly cool. Should be in Kansas again this year. Lots of shows in Oklahoma. We'll be up at Edmond one time, which we have not done a show from Edmond yet. I believe we're going to get to go back to Oklahoma City and do a show there as well. And then, like I said, Missouri, Iowa, who knows? Who knows? All right. Here is the news. The news from today. Sorry, I guess I was talking about sports. There we go. All right. Hi, Teresa. It's good to see your name come up tonight as well. All right, we're talking about sports, but that's not the whole of tonight. Tonight I wanted to get to one of the things that's online, and here's the news from today. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for this because I'm a little bummed about it, and I don't know if you saw this. We did post on the Bryan County Patriot today, so let me see if I can share this tab, and I think I have it here. All right. Well, okay. Going to show this one. This one actually from the Dallas Morning News. Have you seen this one yet today? The State Fair of Texas is officially canceled for 2020. Is anybody else besides me a little bummed about this? And I know I haven't been to the State Fair in a while. I have gone to the State Fair. Mrs. Patriot and I have been to the State Fair. I did like Mrs. Patriot's Facebook status a little while back. Well, with State Fair of Texas canceled, now she's going to have to fry her own butter. So, and put that on a stick. And anyway, somebody ripped off her Facebook status. Don't do that. That is so uncool. You don't mess with a man's hat, and you don't mess with somebody else's Facebook status. No Texas State Fair. None. Not this year. And I'm a little bummed about that. And I'm not exactly sure why. Again, because I haven't been in a while, and I like to go. I've been down, watched Mrs. Patriot and I have actually been to a number of college football games in the Cotton Bowl. We've seen OU play in the Cotton Bowl. We've seen Tennessee play. We're big Tennessee Volunteers football fans, and we've seen the Vols play in the Cotton Bowl 2 or 3 times, I think. And so we've been down there for that. We've been to the State Fair once or twice, but it's just a little bit. It's a little bit of a bummer, and I don't know. And the reason, and I'm going somewhere with this, so bear with me for just a little bit on that. OU Texas game, Jamie, is still intact at the Cotton Bowl as of right now. If the game is played, It will be played in the Cotton Bowl. So there's that is the word on that. So let's look really quickly at this post and see. Yeah, there's some Rocky Top going on. Well, Diana, I understand too. I mean, I really do understand. So let's read it here from the Dallas Morning News. The State Fair of Texas, which has been canceled only 8 times during its 134 years, and even then primarily because of 2 world wars, will not take place during 2020. First time in 75 years that the State Fair of Texas is not going to take place. Board chair for the State Fair of Texas said, in the current climate of the beer bug, there is no feasible way for the fair to put proper precautions in place while maintaining the fair environment that you know and love. And I agree. Because to do all the stuff that a lot of people have been trying to do, it really isn't the same thing. It's not the fair. So Diana, I agree with you. I completely understand. While we cannot predict what the beer bug will do or will look like in September, the recent surge in positive cases is troubling for all of North Texas. The safest and most responsible decision we could make for all involved at this point in our 134-year history is to take a hiatus for the 2020 season. Now, here's where it gets to be a little bit frustrating. The mayor made a statement, saddened about, not being able to take his family this year. And again, I completely understand it. Fair was canceled in 1918, near the year of World War I, to make way for a military encampment. It's pretty interesting. 35 to 37, the Texas Centennial Exposition, the Pan American Exposition took over, and 42 to 45, World War II. And the fairgrounds morphed into a housing unit for the American Armed Forces. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I don't think I knew that. Here's the other thing. Devastating economic impact. Based on a 2017 study conducted by the University of North Texas, and I just want to point out here, I could not find that study online. So if somebody knows where that study is, I'd love to see it because I'm getting conflicting information about the impact. The fair, according to a 2017 study, the fair delivers an annual economic impact of $410 to $499 million. That's nearly $500 million. I mean, that's the kind of money that Patrick Mahomes is making. Okay, you're talking about Patrick Mahomes money, yeah. Anyway, making it one of the more premier events in the nation. By comparison, the Super Bowl has in recent years delivered to the host city an economic impact of about $400 million. So there you go. It's not uncommon on peak day for the fair to draw more than 200,000 people. I posted today that it draws more than 100,000 each day. Last year alone, the fair drew more than 2.5 million people. Here's, though, where it gets to. Most popular food, Fletcher's corny dogs. Well, the folks at Fletcher's, they're unhappy because, they can't. That's a big part of their income. Okay. By the way, Jamie, here you go. Still left in limbo is the fate of the 2020 Red River Showdown between the University of Texas and the University of Oklahoma, as well as the national TV audience. If football moves forward, the games will be played in the Cotton Bowl as scheduled, despite the cancellation of the 2020 fair. One other thing, too, and this is something I'm going to get to at the end of the broadcast. Notice how cancellation is spelled there. It is spelled with 2 L's. Now, let me bring this back up for just a moment. AP Style says to be canceled is spelled with 1 L. Okay, they're going back and forth between 1 L and 2 L in the same story. I just thought that was interesting. We'll get back to it in a moment. All right, where did we go? There we are. The loss of the fair now rivals Austin's glaring civic casualty, forcing the cancellation of the internationally popular South by Southwest. So lots of financial impact. And there are folks vendors who the State Fair of Texas is their Black Friday. That's when they make all the money for the year. That's when they clear or break even for the years at the State Fair of Texas. So it's really pretty sad that this is not going to take place. The economic impact of this thing is huge. So my question then, if you're watching tonight, by the way, you have some new folks that are tuning in. I am not able to see who's tuning in as well on this. Facebook has changed, and I'm not seeing. So if you don't leave a comment, I'm not going to know. So I apologize. I used to be able to see if you were showing up. I'm not seeing it right now. Sorry. So State Fair of Texas or State Fair of Oklahoma. Which one would you rather go to, and which one do you go to? Does anyone from Bryan County actually go to the State Fair of Oklahoma? This is a real question. I just want to know. We're not bashing one or the other. We are closer right here, obviously, to the State Fair of Texas. Maybe not by too much, but we're definitely closer to be able to make the trip to the State Fair of Texas. It's a bigger event. I mean, property wise and everything else, it's a big event. Which one would you go to? And while I'm at it, let me ask you this question too, and let me find this out. Do you still go to the county fair? Okay. Do you go to the Bryan County Fair? And I'm curious about this one because I have not been in a while, and part of the reason is the sports broadcasting. Sorry. There you go. Take a drink. I like the county fair. I think it's a cool thing. I think that it's good to go to. I grew up in Carter County. Some of you all know that. I don't think I mean, I went to one night of the Carter County Fair, at least one night for years and years and years in a row. I mean, from when I was young to get to be, in junior high age. We called it junior high then, not middle school. High school, even when I was playing in the band and doing things like that on a Friday night. No, I didn't play football. I played in the band. But you could go on Thursday night, went out, saw friends from high school. We did the county fair. Now, granted, this is in the 80s. Okay, so I realize we're not even in the 2010s anymore. We're in 2020. But do you go to the county fair? I think the county fair is something still that is worth going to. I haven't gone, and so I probably should go this year. Need to take the little Patriots out to that, but you still go. Diana, you still go. Go to the county fair almost every year. I think it's worth it. I think it's something we should do, and it's a good thing to support the community. Now, obviously, I don't think we're bringing. Well, I know we're not bringing in Texas State Fair money. I don't think we're bringing in a ton of money because a lot of money, that we would be spending at the fair, pretty much going to be county folks, and they're going to be people coming out to see the people who had entries in the fair. So there, all right, brass. I played brass. I marched with brass 2 years. I marched 5 years because at Dixon, 8th graders marched with the high school band. This is, again, back in the 80s. And I marched percussion 2 years. I marched with the trombone 2 years. And I marched with my saxophone my senior year. I got to march with my saxophone my senior year. You take the grandkids. Teresa says she takes the grandkids to the county fair. I think you should. This would be a good thing. We'll find out this year. Maybe we need to promote that a little bit more here on BCP Live is to be able to promote the county fair a little bit more. Definitely, it's a cool thing. I had something win at the state fair one time. Now I know if Mrs. Patriot is watching this, let me just start out by saying I was born in Corpus Christi. Anyway. Actually did have something win at the Oklahoma State Fair one year. I mentioned a while back, I was in 4-H, and wow, getting sports news right now. So we'll see. This is Division I sports news. I need to verify this. Let me verify this really quickly. Okay. All right, they're not. Okay, Division I sports news is getting rid of sports information. Vanderbilt in Tennessee, we were just talking about this. This is online today. Vanderbilt is eliminating the athletics communications department. Wow, that is a big move. Okay, breaking news right here. I was in 4-H, and I made a coat rack. Because you got to make different things for the fair, and that was one of the things I made. No, I didn't show an animal. Jeff Shelburne, if you're watching, I did not show an animal or anything like that. Probably should have. Definitely should have. I didn't have any animals. I didn't live out on the farm, so I was in between. But I did. I made a coat rack. It won at the Carter County Fair, and it won at the State Fair. So I won a grand championship at the State Fair of Oklahoma. It's true. It was not alive. It was nothing alive, but it was there. You'll meet me if I go to the fair. Okay, friend of mine from high school, Jeff. I'll meet you if you go to the fair and let me. That's what I'm saying, though, Jeff. State Fair's closed. It's closed. I can't meet you there. Very disappointing. But if you keep that offer open for next year, I'll drive down to where you are and let you take me the rest of the way. All right, there we go. Mrs. Patriot Road at the county fair. Very cool. That is cool. All right. Yeah. See, so I really wanted to know that tonight. I didn't want to go too much into a lot of stuff. We went a little bit longer last night than what I was in preacher mode last night, and we really had stuff good to say. You're not ever going to look at the governor of California the same. You're always going to call him Pharaoh Newsom, I think, from now on. But I think that would be a cool thing, is promoting the county fair, because there are so many good things there if they have a county fair. So, all right. Jamie, I am assuming that is actually directed at Mrs. Patriot there, because it's I haven't ridden that much in my lifetime. All right, last thing. Here we go. This was added to Webster's dictionary this year. Sign of the end times, as far as I'm concerned. Here we go. Irregardless has been made a word in the dictionary now. Once again, these people have caved. They have absolutely caved. Irregardless is not a word. The word is regardless. It is regardless. It is not irregardless. Now, if you're in the habit of saying irregardless, I am not personally attacking you, because unless you put in the comment section that you say irregardless, I don't know it right now. So this is not a personal attack on you. Just saying that right now. I want to let you know, irregardless is not a word. And yet, Webster's is making it a word. And this is what happens. And we've seen this in the last 10, 15, 20 years of dictionaries. And I realize they're using words that are in the common lexicon of the community, and they're using these words. And if people use them often enough, they make them a word. Internet became a word. Hashtag became a word. This and that. They all became words because people were using these words. But just because you use a word over and over again wrong doesn't make it right. This is where we are in society. We give out participation ribbons to everyone. Okay, look, I'll go back to winning a state championship, winning something at the state fair. I was the only blue ribbon in that category. You know why? Because one person won. Now, I've been to other things. I've competed in other things that I did not win. I did not get the blue ribbon. I liked getting a blue ribbon. I'm very competitive. I want to get the blue ribbon every time, but not every time in my life did I get a blue ribbon. Sometimes I got a red ribbon. And do you know what that made me do? It made me go back and work harder the next time so I could get a blue ribbon the next time. Period. And we give participation ribbons to anybody and everything. And so now you're saying we've used this word wrong so many times, that must make it right. Really? 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 That's what it means? We've used it wrong so many times that it must be right? At what point in time does this fall into what we do in the school system? Okay? You tried really hard, so we're going to give you a good grade. Now look, we can go on and on and on about school and grades and how not everyone learns the same. That is a totally different situation. And we should talk about that here, because not everyone learns the same way. Not everyone's mind is academic, book smart. Not everyone's mind is mechanical. Some people learn with their eyes. Some people learn with their ears. Some people learn with a combination. Some people learn touching and feeling and getting it done right. We're all different. I get that. But the problem here is that you cannot change the standards. This is what we talked about, truth, and it's a standard. So at what point then does it change? At what point do we look and say, okay, well, you misspelled this enough times. We're going to say this is how this is actually spelled. Is that how we're going to do things from now on? Irregardless of whether or not irregardless is a word, are we going to make it that? Do we do that in math? At some point, do we go, you tried really hard. 2 + 2, and I know that you put down 5, but you meant well. Your heart was right. We know you were trying really hard, so 2 + 2 must really be 5 for you. It's not really 5. It's really 4. Stop caving. Okay? We have to teach people different. That's fine. We know that people learn different. That's fine. Should everyone go to the same 4-year college? Absolutely not. Did God design us all the same way? Absolutely not. Are we all going to make good grades all the time? Absolutely not. Can I fix your car? Absolutely not. I am not qualified to do that. I am thankful there are people who are. Don't ask me to do that. Why? I'm not qualified. Where are you even going with that? I'm saying that we all learn different. We all have different strengths. We all have different things that we do well. But don't change the standard to fit somebody not living up to the standard. Let them go with their strengths. Sorry, but I digress. I'm going to go ahead and put that one up there, Diana. Irregardless of whether it's right or not, it's in the dictionary now, and it's wrong. And I'm still going to mock it being wrong. Just saying. They've done it in math. It's called Common Core. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Somebody buy Joey a new dictionary and then mark out that word. That's probably what we need to do. They caved. They caved. They caved. We don't need to cave. We need to love one another. That's what we need to do. So I want to just talk about the state. Think about that a little bit. And there we go. All right, Michelle, if you are still watching, just want to throw this out there. And I don't know why I'm not seeing, I don't know who's watching anymore. But Michelle, if you're still watching, we are going to get that. There you go. We're getting that to you. So, all right, we will connect. Anybody have anything else? Am I missing anything? I am about to wrap up. I've not forgotten how we wrap things up around here. There we go. All right, Michelle, we're going to connect. So I think that we have everything in order. Just let me know, and we will go from there. You know what? Even though I get wound up on little things like irregardless not being a word because it's still not a word. And even though sometimes we go off on tangents for different things, I just want to let you know that's what happens when good, smart people don't stand up for what's grammatically correct. You're right. And I want to stand up for that. I just want to let you know you are loved, you are thought of, you are respected, and I appreciate you. Again, thank you for those who have been subscribing to the YouTube channel. Again, Midwest Sports Net. If you're someone who's revolved into the door right now, Midwest Sports Net, please subscribe. And I appreciate that. Yes, Mike, I am going to sing it loud. I guarantee you. I appreciate you. Be wise. Wisdom comes from God. But you know what? All you have to do is ask. He said, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all men liberally and without finding fault. God doesn't find fault in you when you ask for wisdom. So just ask. We all need wisdom. I ask for wisdom pretty much every day. Use discretion. There are going to be things that you have the opportunity to make wise decisions about the rest of the night or tomorrow. Use discretion and use it well. Oh, man, I almost forgot. Before I leave, man, I'm glad you reminded me, Brian. Let me see if I can pull this one up here really quickly. Brian sent me something today. I said I was going to use it tonight, and I almost forgot. So let me see if it will show up here. Be wise. In the meantime, be wise. Use discretion. And do not walk in fear. Don't do it. Don't walk in fear. My goodness. There are so many different reasons not to walk in fear. Well, don't do it. Don't do it at all. I encourage you not to do that. All right. I am going to see if this will show up. And if it will, great. And if it doesn't, then I'm very, very sorry. But I tried. Wow. Live broadcast. And I'm just slowing down into nothing. Oh, you know what? It's the new Facebook thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. There we go. All right. Let's see this. This was sent today. Brian made me smile with this one. I'm going to bring that up here. Even the street signs are tired of it. Karen, Stop. There we go. All right. Be wise. Use discretion. Don't be a Karen. Don't do it. Don't be a Karen. Unless your name is Karen, then, be the best Karen that you can. But other than that, don't be a Karen, and do not walk in fear. You guys are so incredibly cool. Teresa, thank you for amening all the time. Mike, man, good to see you as always. Jamie, Michelle, all the other folks who have stopped by tonight. And if you stopped by and I didn't see your name come up, I appreciate you too. Facebook has changed since this afternoon when I got all this stuff set up. So we'll figure it out from there. All right. Appreciate you all. I love you. God bless you. Have a great, great night. And we will do this again